Hi, Larry Kruger with another session of Ask the Expert. Today I'm going to discuss the challenges of selling value over price. A challenge that I would imagine is relevant in basically any business today. The thing that drove me into this little podcast here is the fact that I was just reading on LinkedIn where Tiffany's actually sells a paperclip for $1,500. Now it's a bookmark, but it's a paperclip. A basic, strictly luxury purchase to people that have money to spend $1,500 on a paperclip, a bookmark. Something that probably no one else will see except for the individual reading the book. Think about that, $1,500. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because the moving industry and probably the relocation industry in total, anyone in the industry that's not selling a tangible product like real estate or temporary accommodation, has the same problems of trying to demonstrate value in an intangible marketplace. The moving industry I'm going to speak about again because that's my thing. But in our industry, I think we've lost the ability to paint the picture to the clients as to why there is such value in the services that we provide. Now, we have a running gag in our company in the fact that, we come back and the client is bottom line focused. We tripped over the Mercedes and the BMW on our way into the $3 million home, and the individual wants the absolute cheapest mover. Well, a couple of problems. That comes from the fact that the people that have been in the home have not demonstrated value and have focused on the bottom line. So they've come in, they counted chairs. My opinion on counting chairs. They've not done a real good presentation. They haven't done a consultative sale. They haven't found out the concerns of the clients and met those particular concerns with information that they have ready to address those particular concerns. Lifting stuff and putting stuff down usually is a minute portion of what the actual concerns are, the timeliness of it. They may have travel plans, they may have small children, they may have antiques or personal heirlooms that they have, an affinity for. Probing and explaining why you are better than the price-driven individual is a skill that I honed many, many years ago when prices were basically the same in the industry. In the moving industry, the prices were the same. And the only way you could distinguish your product, your service, was to paint the picture. Now, what I call painting the picture isn't trickery. It's explaining to the client why there is value in using your services. Now, there has to be reasonable pricing in there. A $1,500 paperclip and a piece of tin, of a pack of 1,000 for $3. There's a difference. But in the reality of the world, it's the ability to find out what the customer needs and explain why your services are worth more than some other fellow down the road that might be just coming in bottom line, may show up, may not show up. And we've lost our market share and we've lost our pricing because, and again, my opinion, the sales approach. And don't use sales as a used car salesperson. Use consultative sales processes. A more polished process in explaining why we deserve what we get. Now, that transcends into the relocation management field because we don't do a real good job of explaining why we are valuable to the process. And given that, even if we do a really good job, a lot of relocation companies will go out and do, RFPs and find the best possible suppliers they can find. Others just grandfather movers forever and ever because they're comfortable with them and their move coordinators are comfortable with them, and they're on a great big board and they're just trying to get stuff done. But our ability to explain our value to the RMC is a direct reflection of what the RMC's values are to us. So if we're not doing a good job of explaining what we're all about, then how can we possibly think that a relocation management company is going to spend any time speaking to their clients as to why our services are worth, or their services, their supply chain is worth more than the other person's supply chain? We become interchangeable widgets. And that's what's happening right now. You know, we're all hung up on counting chairs, you know, doing estimates and commoditizing our services into a bottom line price because we think that's what customers want. I don't know if that is indeed the case. Midsummer here, we're suffering through business that was booked on a hungry belly, and we're sitting back and looking at our industry and saying, we've got to get these rates up. Like every other industry, the banks, the fuel companies, everybody else has this, you know, this ability to take a look and say, hey, we need more money in our businesses. But the moving industry has a lot of difficulty explaining why we need more money in our industry and why we bring real value to the most critical part of the entire relocation, the physical movement of the transferee. Key, pivotal, cornerstone of the move, and we're tin paper clips. So hug a mover. If you want to chat, I do this kind of stuff for the industry in general, but I am in the sales game. So if you want to chat directly to me, my contact information is on my LinkedIn page. I'd love to chat with you. Love to talk to you about how we measure, how we bring our product to market on a consistent basis. So hug a mover. We are valuable. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great summer. Goodbye.